Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Shri Gopal Shri Gopal Shri Gopal Jaya Shri Gopal Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for today's Sunday class here. We are continuing our discussion from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter number 9. This chapter is entitled Brahma's Prayers for Creative Energy. Now this is text number 7 today. Daivena te hatadiyo bhavatah prasangat sarva shubhopashamanad vimukhendriya ye kurvanti kama sukhalesha lavaya Dina Loba Bhibhuta Manaso Kushalani Shashwad दैवेन ते हतधियो भवता प्रसंगात् सर्वाशुभोपशमना विमुखेन्द्रियाये कुर्वन्ति कामसुखलेशलवायदीना लोभाभिभूतमनसो कुशलानि शश्वत् दैवेन ते हतधियो भवता प्रसंगात् सर्वो शुभशमना विमुखेन्द्रियाये कुर्वन्ति कामसुखलेशलवायदीना लोभाभिभूतमनसो कुशलानि शश्वत् दैवेन ते हतधियो भवता प्रसंगात् सर्वाशुभोपशमना विमुखेन्द्रियाये कुर्वन्ति कामसुखलेशलवायदीना लोभाभिभूतमनसो कुशलानि शश्वत् What is word meaning Daivena, by fate of misfortune, te, they, hatadiyah, bereft of memory, bhavata, of you, prasangat, from the topics, sarva, all, ashubha, inauspiciousness, upashamanat, curving down, vimukha, turned against, indriyaha, senses, ye, those, kurvanti, act, kama, sense gratification, sukha, happiness, lesha, brief, lavaya, for a moment only, dinaha, poor fellows, lobha abhibhuta, overwhelmed by greed, manasaha, of one whose mind, akushalani, inauspicious activities, shashvat, always. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: O my Lord, persons who are bereft of the all auspicious performance of chanting and hearing about your transcendental activities are certainly unfortunate and are also bereft of good sense. They engage in inauspicious activities, enjoying sense gratification for a very little while. Purport. The next question is why people are against such auspicious activities as chanting and hearing the glories and pastimes of the Lord, which can bring total freedom from the cares and anxieties of material existence. Sorry. The only answer to this question is that they are unfortunate because of supernatural control due to their offensive activities performed simply for the sake of sense gratification. The Lord's pure devotees, however, take compassion upon such unfortunate persons and in a missionary spirit try to persuade them into the line of devotional service. Only by the grace of pure devotees can such unfortunate men be elevated to the position of transcendental service. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagna Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Chaitanya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi He Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 Hare Krishna. So this is a very beautiful verse which is a part of prayers of Lord Brahma. We have been listening about and discussing about Brahmaji in many places in Bhagavatam. He is one of the 12 Mahajans and he is also the founder of a Brahma Sampradaya. Indeed, very amazing to hear his prayers. Especially here he is speaking his realizations about Krishna consciousness. So, in this particular text number 7, Brahma is mentioning about how people are bereft of hearing and chanting about the Supreme Lord's glories. And because they are not chanting and hearing Krishna's glories, what is the result? They engage in inauspicious activities. They enjoy sense gratification for a very little while. Brahma is saying sense gratification for a very little while. Shula Sukha. Very insignificant and for a very little while. The previous verse is almost similar to this verse. It is just for emphasis. It is like someone says, that you should chant Hare Krishna and then you will be happy. And the next verse, you want to be happy? Chant Hare Krishna. So Brahmaji is re-emphasizing that if someone is miserable in this material world with a lot of anxieties and desires, then he should take up Krishna consciousness. And then he says here that if you don't take up Krishna consciousness, you will be in anxiety. So in both ways, in this material world, the only hope is Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada mentions one step ahead, how we can become Krishna conscious. Because the whole world is so miserable, the whole world is so full of anxieties. The only way for us to connect to Krishna is through a pure devotee, is through association of devotees. So today in our presentation here, we will discuss on two themes. The first theme is how when there is sense gratification, people don't take up Krishna consciousness. And second is, rather when there is sense gratification, they don't have interest in Krishna consciousness. And second theme is, if you want to become interested in Krishna consciousness, the only remedy is to take association of devotees. I remember many years back we went on yatra to Tirupati, and His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj was giving a class on the Tirumala hills. And there, after the class, one nice point Radhanath Maharaj mentioned was that many people come to Tirupati, right? So many people come. It's a big line, 3 hours, 4 hours. Someone says, Prabhuji, mujhe 2 ghanta hi laga. He's happy, 2 hours only, right? Because 2 hours is very bargaining, right? 3 hours, 4 hours. So that means so many people are taking darshan of Tirupati Balaji. Maharaj mentioned very beautiful point. Everyone comes to take darshan, but no one becomes a devotee. Why? Because everyone comes for asking for sense gratification. And only when they get association of devotees will they understand what to ask and what not to ask. What to desire from Krishna, what not to desire from Krishna. Right? So I was hearing a lecture by one senior devotee of ISKCON. He was mentioning, people go to temple and they break coconuts, right? And they offer chadava, different puja thalis. The only idea is, oh Lord, give me a car, give me a bungalow. If you have a small house, bigger house, better cars, better jobs. But he was mentioning devotees don't go and break coconut and ask for house because they know Krishna is more intelligently planning for us. If he asks for 2-bedroom hall kitchen, Krishna may say, I am thinking of making a bungalow for you in Goloka, but if you want 2-bedroom wall kitchen, okay, take it. Then I will hold on the bungalow for Goloka. And what will happen? Then once Krishna gives us the material desire, then what happens? Maintenance also we have to do. The material desire. We get a house. After house comes what happens? The maintenance of the house. And that itself is another problem. Then again we go and pray. Please help us to maintain the house. So sense gratification continues. The desires for sense gratification never ends. So Radhanath was mentioning that, therefore, unless we have association of devotees, even approaching Krishna will be meaningless. It wouldn't be like fruitful to us. And the second theme of our presentation will be that association of devotees will make us wise of how to approach Krishna, where to engage our time. Once one very rich man came to ISKCON Delhi temple, east of Kailash. So he was very rich man, hardly had any time. He was working non-stop. Even while at home, his phone was always ringing, 3-4 phone calls. He was doing his business on the calls. While sleeping also, his phone was on. And phone call would come, he would get up, he would answer the phone call. Just 10 seconds of a answering reply, he would do transaction in crores. That was his life. But somehow or other, he once came to ISKCON Delhi and became attracted to the Aarti, to the Prasad. So he would come every day to ISKCON Delhi temple for just 1 hour he had. And he would like to come and take part in Aarti and take part in the program there. So devotees met him and devotees gave him the feedback, please chant Hare Krishna. He said, time nahi, I don't have time. So they persuaded. So one day, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj had come to ISKCON Delhi temple, and this gentleman also had come. So devotee brought the gentleman to Maharaj. Said, Maharaj, this is a very rich man. He is coming to a temple for many days now. He comes to attend aartis. Please give him feedback by your hand, with your hand. Let him chant. So Maharaj gave him the feedback. He said, Maharaj, I can't chant. Why can't chant? Maharaj, 24 hours, 23 hours I am busy. 1 hour I have time. So if I chant Hare Krishna, then I can't come to temple. So you tell me what should I do? I should chant Hare Krishna at home 1 hour, which I have got, or should I come to temple and attend this aarti and this program and meet devotees? So Gopal Krishna Maharaj told him, don't chant Hare Krishna. You come every day 1 hour here. And thank you, Maharaj. That is what I wanted. And that person, gentleman, left. So this devotee asked Maharaj, our process is chanting Hare Krishna. Why you not tell him to chant Hare Krishna? He said, Maharaj, he doesn't know where to invest his time. 23 hours he is busy. Only 1 hour he has got time. Let him come to temple. Let him attend aarti. Let him meet devotees. In association of devotees, he will understand, I am wasting 23 hours of my life every day. Eventually think, itna kyun kaam karna hai? He will lessen his work and then start taking the process of Krishna consciousness, chanting, hearing. Yatra bhi aayega fir wo. Right? So association of devotees opens the whole gamut of Krishna consciousness. So therefore Srila Prabhupada adds to Brahmaji's translation that Krishna consciousness is possible only we connect to a devotee. And through devotee then we connect to the satsang of devotees. In the Shastras, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, everywhere we see that how sense gratification is highly condemned. Why it is condemned? Because as human being we need to hear again and again, sense gratification is not for us. Because all our previous lives in other species, sense gratification, the same sense gratification was available. And now human form of life you have got, and again we are using for getting sense gratification. One time one husband and wife, they were discussing, and the wife said, today is Sunday, I want to make aloo paratha. So husband said, very nice. The wife said, but there is no aloo in the home. Go and get aloo potato from the market. So husband said, yes, why not? And these were rich people. So the husband went to the backyard and he had a chartered plane there. He took a charter plane. He flew and He was trying to land in Dadar market. For what? Aloo, potato. So as the charter plane was landing, everyone was disturbed. Arey, kahan ghum raha hai? When plane will land here. And everyone, the whole market people started running here and there. The police started coming. Arey, charter plane is coming here. And he was not able to land. Finally, he saw that everyone had scattered and the road was empty. So he landed his charter plane on the Dadar market road. And he stopped his plane. The police came, hey, why you brought a charter plane here? I have come to buy potato. The police said, you want to buy potato? Why? Because my wife can make aloo paratha. I said, you want to make aloo paratha? You want aloo? You could have come in your bike, scooty, four-wheeler. Why you bought chartered plane? I said, whatever is convenient, I bought it. So this is a funny example. But chartered plane is compared to human form of life. And buying aloo is every life, sense gratification. So previously we have used scooty for buying aloo, four-wheeler for buying aloo, and now chartered plane has come and using charter plane to buy aloo. So charter plane is not to buy aloo. Because eating, sleeping, mating and defending, the four needs are there in every species. A human form of life is not to just take care of his needs. It is beyond that. Jivasya tattva jigyasa. Kamasya nendra priti. There should not be priti, sense, there should not be attachment to sense gratification. It may be part of life. Do the needful. Prabhupada said, keep the body and soul together. But that is not the mission of life. The mission of life is jivasya tattva jigyasa. To inquire about absolute truth. Otherwise, eating, sleeping, mating and defending is in all species. Human being, if he spends all his time in eating, he cannot eat like the animals can eat. Can we eat like elephant? Elephant can eat 300 kgs per meal. Now we can take multiple meals also. Prabhupada said, elephant can eat 1 ton every day. 1 ton, 1,000 kilograms. Who can eat 1 ton? Elephant can eat. Human being, even if tries, can't eat. So eating my elephant is very powerful. Sleeping, Prabhupada said, polar bear, 6 months can sleep. How much we can sleep? 7, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. Then finally we get tired of sleeping and get up. Why we get up? Not that we have something special, some positive thing to do, but we got tired of sleeping, so get up. Polar bear, 6 months sleeping. Defense. Prabhupada said tortoise has the most defensive body. Stays for 400 years of his life. Big life. Mating. Prabhupada says mosquito can lay 200 eggs at one time. They have super mating technology. So eating, sleeping, mating and defending humans can't even compare to what animals have facility. So what humans are supposed to do? To come out of sense gratification and engage in Krishna consciousness. That is very important. Srila Prabhupada was once walking on a morning walk, and one man came. He was fishing. So he saw some saintly people walking. So he had got a big fish. He just caught a big fish. He came and wanted to give some gift to Swamiji. So he gave the fish like this in hand. Swamiji, please take this gift. Prabhupada said, you enjoy. And Prabhupada walked away. And Prabhupada went ahead and turned back and said, and suffer. You enjoy and suffer. Srila Prabhupada was once, again on a morning walk, one devotee asked, Srila Prabhupada, why Krishna made this miserable material world? Prabhupada said, to enjoy. And the devotee was confused. Enjoy. And Prabhupada said, not yours, Krishna's enjoyment. So enjoyment is there in the material world, but it is meant to be given to Krishna. But when a living entity uses that enjoyment for oneself, what happens? Gets implicated. Anxieties, inauspicious activity, enjoying sense gratification for a very little while. All gives up all auspicious performance of chanting and hearing. Srila Prabhupada was once speaking to an audience of devotees, And no, Srila Prabhupada was again on morning walks. It's a famous story. Prabhupada was going and it was a the weather was very cold, winter, and there was ice formation everywhere. So Prabhupada took his stick and he broke one ice piece and kept on breaking. And then after that, some water came out. When Prabhupada said, so what is this? So devotees tried to figure out something. Prabhupada is trying to give purport. And Prabhupada said, this is my business, to break the ice. Ice is unnatural form of water. So Prabhupada said, ice I am breaking and making into back into water. So Prabhupada said, my business in this material world is to bring people who are unnaturally enjoying sense gratification away from Krishna, bring them to the natural state of Krishna consciousness, bring them to natural form of being a water, not the ice. So this is how we can see scriptures have always pointed out sense gratification and Krishna consciousness go ill together. Now, in our Krishna consciousness, we learn a very important methodology that our life in Krishna consciousness is dependent on association of devotees. Like we see, we compare Mayavadis, these are like few spiritualists. Mayavadis are there, then there are Sahajiyas who are also practicing spirituality, and there are Vaishnavas. Externally, they are all looking same because they are all spiritual. They are wearing tilak, they have a special Vaishnava attire, they may chant some mantras. But the modus operandi of all these three are different. Prabhupada said Mayavadis means overly dependent on Guru. You find everywhere in the Mayavad society, Krishna is not there, God is not there. Guru. Tvameva mata cha pita, tvameva bandhu. Everything is Guru. All the bhajans are on Guru only. Hardly anything on Krishna, anything on Rama. Because for them everything is Brahman, and the only person who's seen here is Guru, a living person. But ultimately, after achieving Guru's mercy, then Guru also is not dead. We become the same. So Mayavadis emphasize on Guru. Sahajiyas, no Guru, only Krishna, only Radha. Right? That is Sahaja. But Vaishnavas, Guru and Krishna. Our philosophy is clear. By Krishna's mercy, we get Guru, and by Guru's mercy, we get Krishna. So, the natural state of life of every living entity in this material world is to cling on to Krishna consciousness. One devotee was giving a nice Bhagavatam class the other day. He was mentioning that you see, everyone has their own safe place in this world also. As human beings, we feel safe when we come to a shelter. Like for example, we come to our home, we feel aaram se baith jate. We don't feel sheltered while traveling in local trains or in buses or in office. We may go there. We don't plan to stay there. Right? We come back to our home. So home is our shelter. The birds are flying and they go back to their own tree where they have their nest. That's the shelter. The ducks, you find some ducks going around, you run after them, they will run and they will enter into a pond. They will not keep running in the ground. They will find somewhere I need a pond. And then once they are in a pond, they are so happy and safe. So pond is a shelter of ducks. The tree is a shelter of birds. And for human beings, the shelter is home. But for soul, the shelter is Krishna. Shelter is Krishna. So a soul feels sheltered only in the association of Krishna. And therefore, in our life, in this journey, in this material world, we are going through different species of life. People are not happy, satisfied. They always want to change position. And they feel the next position will be better. But once you receive that position, then again the next position. People who are in small villages, they want to come on a district levels. Do education, take a job. Those who are on district level, they want to come to city. Smaller cities. Those smaller cities, they want to go metropolitan cities. Come Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, right? Chennai, Kolkata. Those who are in that places, they all want to go to New York, US. America. Every time we want to go somewhere higher. And those who are in New York, they're frustrated where to go next. So, thinking of going to moon or Mars, right? But today is a very special day. Today Prabhupada reached America. Prabhupada was the only person, I think so, who reached America crying. Everyone is happy to reach America, right? Landing in America. The land of free and the land of brave. Prabhupada went there, and on today's Tithi-wise, the day of Prabhupada reaching America. And when he reached there, he compiled a bhajan, crying Krishna for help. Where you have brought me here, Krishna? What is the purpose? And we will discuss that later. So, we find that how this concept of sense gratification is very much condemned in the scriptures, and association of devotees is the most important thing which we have to look for. Srila Prabhupada built a house in which the whole world can live. So when I was hearing this statement of Prabhupada built a house in which the whole world can live, when you think about the house, immediately then living room, bedroom, kitchen, and other things come into picture. While Prabhupada's house may have all those things or not, I'm not sure. But one thing is definitely the living room, which is called a satsang hall. So Prabhupada built a house which is a satsang hall, where everyone can come and hear about Krishna and understand how to participate in Krishna consciousness while living in this material world. And when one comes in the association of devotees, then he understands what is good and what is bad. The Viveka Buddhi comes. Just few days back I was in Ayodhya. It's a nice bhajan. There was a loudspeaker which was like mentioning Ram Siya Ram Jai. One nice stanza I just caught my attention is Vinu Satsanga Viveka na hoy. Vinu Satsanga Viveka na hoy. Without satsang there will no Vivek. What is Vivek? Intelligence, understanding what is good, what is bad. Now what is happening is, most of the time in this material world, people do not know what is good, what is bad. And they end up asking for bad, thinking it is good. And realizing later, hey, it is bad. But in satsang program, when we come, we are taught the scriptures. And from scriptures, we understand the vivek, what is good, what is bad. And therefore, our bhajans are fully filled with coming into satsang. This taraho he bhava sindure, durlabha manava janama satsange. Again, we come in this association of devotees, taraho e bhava sindure. We get formula of coming out of this miserable world. I always recollect this very wonderful conversation or meeting with Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj once. Many years back, he had come to a temple. So he was staying in the guest room. So I just went to his room to ask him, Maharaj, will you give tomorrow's Bhagavatam class or not? So I entered his room, I offered obeisances. So Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj asked me, Hari Bol Prabhu, how are you? So generally if someone asks you, how are you, you may say, I am fine, right? It's a senior person, level of our Guru, Shiksha Guru. So I tried to be philosophical, right? So I said, Maharaj, I am struggling. I am struggling. Good answer, right? So he said to me, we are struggling to remain in this world or go out of this world. Right? Struggling is going on. Everyone is struggling. Devotees are struggling. Non-devotees are struggling. What is our struggle? Are we struggling to stay here only? Or are we struggling to move out? So, satsang teaches us how to struggle in the right direction. Otherwise, struggle is always there. Right? Devotee is also struggling. Sometimes people may say, अरे आप लोग devotee, आप लोग भी तकलीफ में. हाँ, हम भी तकलीफ में. हमारी तकलीफ अलग है. We are learning from this taklif so that we go to a place where there is no taklif. Not that we are not learning from this taklif and inviting more taklif. So that is what people who don't get association of devotees, then they end up becoming more miserable. So here we are in the association of devotees. Srila Prabhupada made a beautiful satsang hall, a house we can all congregate together, where we can hear about the glories of Krishna, we can get direction about our life. We can come together with devotees and we can understand the importance of Krishna consciousness and progress and make the goal of our life to go back home, back to God. So, Srila Prabhupada once, in the initial days of ISKCON in Juhu, when there were hardly anything, devotees staying in small tin sheds. So Prabhupada came there. Prabhupada knew that the devotees who are staying there are only staying because I told them to stay. The tin shed, there was like occasionally snakes coming there. There were frogs, mosquitoes, so much people getting sick. And of course, after some time, then there were also gundas coming and they were like trying to shoo away devotees. So Prabhupada, and that time, Prabhupada kept coming Mumbai again and again to inspire devotees. Prabhupada came, but Prabhupada has to have a place of stay. So often Prabhupada's place of stay would be very far away because that time Juhu was hardly any people staying there, very less place. So Prabhupada would stay a little far away from some person who was very generous person. So one time Prabhupada was in Juhu land, and behind the land there are some buildings. So one of the person in the building, in the tenant, was Mr. Padmanabh Acharya. So he saw Swamiji, he was from Karnataka. So offered obeisance to Swamiji and said, Maharaj, please come to my house. This is why any pious Indian would like Swami sannyasis to come to their home and bless. So Prabhupada said, yes. So Prabhupada went to his house, all the devotees. As soon as Prabhupada entered the room, Prabhupada saw in the house, the wall of that house, Shripad Madhvacharya's photo. So Padmanabh Acharya happened to be from Madhvacharya Sampradaya, his lineage. Swamiji would like to take some food. Prabhupada said, we don't take onion, garlic. Swamiji, I'm going to make upma for you. No onion, no garlic. Prabhupada said, very nice, make upma. So he made upma for Prabhupada, and Prabhupada ate with devotees. Prabhupada said, your house is very good. Swamiji, it is your house, you can stay here. Prabhupada said, very good idea. So he said, Swamiji, you can stay in this room. Prabhupada said, yes, and told devotees, bring my things immediately. No, like afterwards, Prabhupada will come next day, immediately. So all the devotees moved everything into that room. And person was surprised. I just called Prabhupada to come to my house, to bless my house. And then Prasad, and now Prabhupada is staying here. He was very happy. And he was so happy, he was amazed actually, that Prabhupada in his room immediately put a desk, sat there, and he called a meeting of all the devotees. And he was watching from the next room that they were planning a big project, how Juhu temple should manifest. And Prabhupada speaking about Mayapur, Prabhupada speaking of Vrindavan. And he was hearing, Prabhupada was giving all the blueprints for all different projects. And everyone was saying, yes, Prabhupada, we will do it. Yes, Prabhupada, we will do it. And I was surprised. 1970s, initial those days, ISKCON had just come to India. And he was, as a neutral person watching, an old man is showing dreams. And his young people from West are saying, yes, Prabhupada. He's saying something and they're saying yes. He was surprised. Amazing combination. But later, the whole world got revelation. What actually Prabhupada desired, it came true. So Padmanabh Acharya later became governor of Tripura. He entered politics. He was in BJP, became governor of Tripura, governor of Arunachal Pradesh. And he left his body in 2023. But before that, he got a chance to come to TOEP, Temple of Air Planetarium. So he went there and he was, that time, revealing the story. That time I was saying, the old man is saying so many things. And his young fellow saying, yes, we'll do it. So now I can see the vision of Prabhupada. From what he had nothing, he could vision the entire world to be getting Krishna conscious. Everywhere Prabhupada visioned something and devotees. Prabhupada was in Africa. Prabhupada just went once to Africa, this Kenya. We all know Kenya's story, that how Prabhupada's clothes got stolen, right? And but Prabhupada went walking on a morning walk, and he saw an empty piece of land. Prabhupada told Brahmananda, take this land, we'll make a big temple here. And Brahmananda Maharaj recollected, we hardly had anything to eat also. We're depending on so many people. And Prabhupada said, And today, in the whole of Africa actually, the biggest temple is in Kenya. In the same piece of land Prabhupada pointed out. So biggest temple, and they have so many nice facilities, so many people come for Janmashtami. They have the biggest sweet shop. Just like we have nice sweet shop in the Jew temple here, right? Similar people managing the same there, went there. And such a big sweet shop, on Diwali they have people standing in line, not devotees, outsiders, to buy sweets. And on Eid, people standing in burqa and topi to buy those sweets. It is so, because in Nairobi you don't get such sweets. So this is how Srila Prabhupada envisioned, planned, and things got executed. So Srila Prabhupada's first envision was when he landed in America today. Today is the day. 17th September is the actual date Prabhupada landed in America. And when he landed in America, Prabhupada from his heart, he made a prayer, he wrote a bhajan. He actually sang this bhajan, wrote it down on Jaladuta. Such a difficult, can you imagine Prabhupada 35 days on Jaladuta, on that cargo ship with 2 heart attacks. He doesn't know whom to meet in that. He just knew that there's one person in Pennsylvania, Gopal Agarwal, son of Mr. Agarwal, whom he had met. One place somewhere in Uttar Pradesh, someplace. And he is going to be his host. He doesn't know who that person is, where he's going to stay, what is going to happen. And Prabhupada is like, just carrying some few pulses and some potatoes Prabhupada carries. In case he doesn't get anything, he will just boil potatoes and eat. Prabhupada is planning, if I don't get anything to eat, I will eat only potatoes. Can you imagine? You can't even imagine also. If someone gives you thepla to eat, you're going on 10-day trip, 10 दिन thepla ही खाना बस. You बाप रे, एक दिन भारी गिर जाता है. Right? You go on train, sometimes morning thepla, afternoon thepla, evening thepla, then for 1 month you don't eat thepla only. But Prabhupada was planning to eat potatoes in America if he doesn't get anything. Because he was not planning for himself. He was knowing Krishna has a plan. My Guru Maharaj has a plan. So Prabhupada is reaching today in America, and Prabhupada is watching the whole American skyline, Boston. And he's weeping and crying. So beautiful bhajan. So Prabhupada is like, I'll just cover some few lines, such as it's a very beautiful day to cover this. Prabhupada is arriving in Boston Harbor, and he's singing this bhajan, Boro Kripa Koile Krishna Adhame Ragrati. Boro Kripa Koile. He's saying, Krishna, you have bought this because you have some plan. There's some kripa. Aapka kuch kripa hai. There's some kripa of yours on me, therefore I have come here. I don't know why I have come here. Adhamera Gati. Because you have kripa also on the people who are here. Adhamera Gati. Their destination is very, very sad. And to change their destination, you have a plan. I don't know what is the plan, but I have come here. So this was Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada endeavored so much to come to America, but yet he is saying, Krishna, it is your plan. You find 40 years of planning, Prabhupada planned so much. Prabhupada wrote the Bhagavatam because he had to preach in the Western world. Prabhupada went and met this Agarwal. He sanctioned his P form. Prabhupada went from Delhi in a general dabba. From Delhi, he came to Mumbai, Frontier Mail, and came and sat in the steps of Sumati Morarji to get a ticket free on Jaladuta. So much endeavor Prabhupada is doing. But after all that endeavor, Prabhupada is saying, Krishna, it is your mercy. I have come here. Why? Because a devotee sees in that style. A devotee always thinks that I am endeavoring, but actually without Krishna sanctioning, it will not happen. And then Prabhupada is praying in his bhajan, why have you got me, Krishna? This is a terrible place. Prabhupada is calling America a terrible place. And Prabhupada did not say only one terrible place. Prabhupada told this throughout his journey in life. He always thought that this is Western civilization is a terrible place to stay. Prabhupada was in London, the initial days. So one devotee said, Prabhupada, we have a chance to go on an interview on the TV. And Prabhupada said, very nice, let's go. Prabhupada said, but this person is known for, challenging and ridiculing the person who comes on the show. So Prabhupada said, then what? But Prabhupada, if you go, then many people will see you, watch you on the show. Prabhupada, that's our duty. We have to reach out to people. No matter how much we will be ridiculed, that's okay. So Prabhupada went to the interview. And the interviewer was sitting and he was like invited. No, initially, he's waiting for his next fun. But the first thing is, Swamiji, how is everything? How is London and all that? So he welcomes Swamiji. Swamiji, you are in London. Hope you are fine, having a good stay. How is London? First, invocatory statements. Prabhupada said, London is hell. And this person never thought he had not received any guest like that. When the first thing Prabhupada said, London is hell. So, devotees mentioned there was silence because this person did not understand what to ask next. And Prabhupada said, but Britishers get the credit. You Britishers have created a heaven in this hellish weather. So Prabhupada changed the whole theme. So he was comfortable. Then now this Swamiji is glorifying the Britishers. So Prabhupada, it was not like Prabhupada planned to say like that. Prabhupada, what he felt, he spoke it out. London is hell. This is Prabhupada's understanding of Western civilization without Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada was in Florida and they were doing a small Gaur Purnima festival. It's the initial days of ISKCON. They had only photo of Panchatattva. And Prabhupada said, thank you very much for gathering today here in big audience, a small audience. Prabhupada said big audience. And we are celebrating Gaur Purnima here in such remote corner of the world. Remote corner. Florida state, people want to go to Miami and all these places, to Florida. Prabhupada, remote corner of the world, far away from Mayapur. Prabhupada is thinking of Mayapur. And for him, Florida is remote corner of the world. Prabhupada was in New York. Prabhupada said, we are in remote corner of the world, so far away from the center of the universe, Vrindavan Dham. So Prabhupada really felt from his heart. And because he felt it is a terrible place, and therefore there was anukampa, compassion. Right? Anukampa comes when you feel compassion, right? People give donation when they feel compassion, right? If someone comes, we're walking and some very, very desperate beggar comes, very desperate, automatically you feel very pity. Arey, kuch karna chahiye. Arey, prasad nahi, thoda paisa de denge. Something we give because we feel compassion. We don't plan. Do we plan? We go in train, we go in on the road, we'll plan, aaj 5 rupees aaye, 5 logo milunga aur 5 1 rupees dunga main. No one plans. We just walk, someone meets, we feel, and just comes out and gives. It's called anukampa, pity. So Prabhupada felt pity when he traveled. And that pity when he felt, the compassion of a Vaishnava came out. And for that compassion, Prabhupada struggled. Prabhupada was in Calcutta, initial days. And devotees complaining, Prabhupada, we don't get anything to eat. We don't get any proper sleep. There is no facility. Prabhupada said, where is the president? So the president came, Prabhupada, we don't have much facilities here. We have less money and we want to spread Krishna consciousness. You said spread Krishna consciousness all over Calcutta. So I'm spreading everyone on Harinam, book distribution. Prabhupada said, are you taking care of devotees? Prabhupada, what is that? So Prabhupada preached to him, told him that we should take care of devotees also. But then he told all the devotees, don't think of only devotee only. Because if I thought of my care, I would have not spread Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said, I have only suffered so far. Throughout my life, just to bring Krishna consciousness to all of you, I only suffered. Suffered heart attacks, but did not give up. I kept on going on a mission. So Prabhupada always told us to be always progressive on our mission, right? And not much depend on facilities around us. Around a decade back, we had a Vyas Puja ceremony of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj in our Brahmacharya ashram here. And I got a chance to speak the offering. So in that offering, I just mentioned thanking Radhanath Maharaj for all the nice facilities we have got in Radha Gopinath temple. And I mentioned about Vrindavan forest, I mentioned about nice paintings Maharaj you created, nice temple hall, nice prasadam hall. And now we should be more grateful. Now more better facilities are coming, right? Temporary inconvenience for better future. So now inconveniences, of course, we are now happy that now Prasadam has also begun in Sunday program. For some months there was no Prasadam only, right? And everywhere there's construction, only construction. There was no Govindas for a few months. Now devotees are happy, more place. So things are improving. So I mentioned in the offering in front of Radhanath Maharaj that Maharaj, nice facilities. Because you're giving nice facilities to us, we're practicing Krishna consciousness very easily. And then many other devotees give offering. And when Radhanath Maharaj gave his address, Vyas Puja address to all brahmacharis, one thing which immediately struck me was, he was speaking about facilities. Then I understood, because I spoke about facilities, I think so, Maharaj is speaking on. Maharaj said, whether facility is there or not there, we will continue practicing Krishna consciousness. Then I understood. We should thank for facilities, but we should not be sorry when facilities are not there. That's when facilities are there, we are thankful. But when facilities get removed out, we become very angry, sad. Kyun nahi? We think this is our Janma Siddha Adhikar, the birthright. For 5 years I got this facility, now why you are not giving? We start demanding it. She was mentioning Srila Prabhupada had no facility. When facility came, he did not glorify the facility. When facility was not there, he never complained. Srila Prabhupada told once, Krishna tested me twice. The first time he took everything away from me. I didn't complain. The second time, he gave everything back to me. I was not overjoyed. I accepted it, used in Krishna's service. So here we can see Srila Prabhupada utilize everything for Krishna's service. Then here, Prabhupada continues in his nice bhajan. Prabhupada says, you got me to this terrible place. Why Prabhupada is saying it's terrible place? Because Prabhupada says most of the population here is covered by ignorance and passion. How can I convince them? Most of them are covered by ignorance and passion. In one sense, to penetrate the darkness, the covering of ignorance and passion in the Western world was so difficult. Was very difficult. It's not possible. Those sannyasis and swamis, even those who went to America those days, they changed their habit of eating. They changed their attire just so that they could mingle around with people there. Prabhupada speaks about Dr. Mishra. He was sannyasi, he was a yogi, but he came and he started wearing Western outfits so that people can relate to him. And so many people changed. But Prabhupada entered. Prabhupada told, I have not come to change. I have not come to change myself, but to change them. Like once, one devotee recollects Prabhupada's disciples, Prabhupada's godbrother, that they went for prasadam to one senior Prabhupada's godbrother's mutt before Prabhupada went to America. And they both were there. So Prabhupada's godbrother got them to eat on a table, sit on a table, which was very non-traditional that time. Mutts means people sit down and take prasadam. And Prabhupada's godbrother got them some spoons and fork to eat. So Prabhupada kept the spoon and fork and ate with hand. Said, Swamiji, you are planning to go to America. You should learn how to eat with spoon and fork. Prabhupada said, I am going there to teach and not to get, I'm going to teach them, not learn from them. So Prabhupada went to America. Can you imagine, in that land of America, hardly anyone has heard about Krishna. Prabhupada taught them direct traditional methodology of everything Krishna consciousness. Sleep on the floor, cold showers, eat with hand, unimagining. Get up early in the morning, go early to bed. So there was something which they had never heard, but they all followed it because they just fell in love with Prabhupada. Because they knew Prabhupada will not cheat them. Prabhupada will take care of them. So Prabhupada entered into a place in our horizon which was full of darkness. And therefore Prabhupada did something which is unprecedented. Even now also we see when very important celebrities, popular film stars or even politicians, they come, they glorify Prabhupada, this one thing, how Prabhupada went to America and preached all over the world. This one thing is again the same thing. One glory of Prabhupada comes repeated, that he went and preached all over the world. Even saintly people in Vrindavan also glorify Prabhupada for that. And we get so many WhatsApp videos of Prabhupada's glorification by people from Vrindavan. So they are glorifying Prabhupada did something which no one has ever tried. There's one well-known Kathakar in Gujarat. Speaks very big, nice Ram Katha, very beautiful. So he went to London for a Bhagavad Katha for 9 days, 7 days. And for 8 days, he mentioned that he carried Ganga water with him. And whenever he took bath or took any drank any water, he put one drop of Ganga water in the bucket and then took bath in the water. And then even water also drinking one. And after 7 days of Bhagavad Katha, one day he did Maunam, no talking. Why? Because he was concerned, I am coming to this Western world, I may get influence. So on the last day before he was departing for India, many people were called. And even ISKCON devotees also came to meet him. So he told ISKCON devotees, your Prabhupada has done so much. And he told that I came here with Ganga Jal. Your Swamiji did not carry any Ganga Jal with him. And I am worried about this culture influencing me. And he went and influenced them to become devotees. Your Swamiji is amazing, great. Srila Prabhupada pierced through the dark atmosphere of this Kali Yuga in New York. Giriraj Maharaj mentions that once in ISKCON Jhu temple, few Sri Sampradaya devotees had come. And they came and met Giriraj Maharaj, 1980s around that time. I said, yes, Giriraj Maharaj, please tell us who is your Prabhupada? They asked this question to Giriraj Maharaj. So he said, Prabhupada is founder Acharya of ISKCON, he spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Oh, that we already know. Who is Srila Prabhupada? Who is Srila Prabhupada? So they were asking intriguing question, who is your Prabhupada? And then they mentioned, our Ramanujacharya, he is Shesha avatar. He is avatar of Sheshanag. And he spread the philosophy of Vaishnavism all over India, especially South India. That time so difficult. He created temples. So we want to know who is Srila Prabhupada. He went and spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. So Giriraj Maharaj said, we have never asked this question to Prabhupada. So I don't know. Then Giriraj Maharaj mentions in this, when he speaks this memory, that actually someone asked Srila Prabhupada, who are you, Srila Prabhupada? And Srila Prabhupada said, if I tell you, you will faint. So Giriraj Maharaj said, we don't want to faint. So better we don't ask who you are, Srila Prabhupada. Because it's not an ordinary activity to just go to America and to preach. One or two also difficult. What to speak of creating a movement and spread the movement, using Americans to spread the movement all over the world. It's not like Prabhupada recruited Indians, come now and start preaching. He was only one Indian. And then whoever he got, he empowered them to preach. He sent them to Canada, sent them to South America, Europe, everywhere they went. And they spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Srila Prabhupada just guided them what to do. So Prabhupada is mentioning this bhajan. How will I make them understand this mellow of devotional service? How can I convince them of your message? But if you wish their deliverance, then you can empower me, that I can speak these words and I can make them convinced about your message. So we can see here, Srila Prabhupada is constantly praying. He is saying, Krishna, please put words in my mouth so I can convince them, because very difficult to bring them to devotional service. So because Srila Prabhupada prayed to Krishna, Krishna put magic or miracles in his word, by which people who were no chance to become devotees became devotees. And therefore, devotees, Srila Prabhupada disciples, they all say that we had no qualification. We had no qualification. Many devotees asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what was our qualification? Prabhupada said, no qualification. I made your qualification. How Prabhupada made our qualification? By praying to Krishna that they should become devotees, please convince them through my words. So even to become devotee, it was not some pious activity in the last life. Humne kuch to kiya hoga, nahi. In that activity of becoming devotee also, we had the major quota was Srila Prabhupada's prayer to Sri Radha Gopinath that there should be preaching. Like Prabhupada came here, Prabhupada Bharati Vidya Bhavan, he said, there should be a temple in this place. That was Prabhupada's desire to Krishna. There should be a temple and there should be devotees in temple. And we are all here in this temple. We are part of the prayer Srila Prabhupada made. So what is our qualification? No, oh, I got a Gita. Oh, I came in temple and attended Gita course. That is secondary. Primary is Srila Prabhupada's prayer that there should be a temple. If temple is there, people come here and become devotees of Krishna. The first temple ever Prabhupada had in Mumbai was in South Mumbai. But it wasn't hanging in a flat, in a building. And Prabhupada went to Jew temple. But Prabhupada said there should be so many temples in Mumbai. So all this desire of Prabhupada said there should be around how many? 19 temples in Delhi? So desire is getting fulfilled. So many temples in Mumbai. Now slowly temples are increasing. We have Kharghar, big temple now, famous temple, Bhiwandi, Thane, Mira Road, View, Chowpatty, and many will come in future, right? Who will make them? Srila Prabhupada, yes, but we will all make them for Prabhupada, right? So we can see how Srila Prabhupada prayed, and therefore he made our qualification. So Prabhupada quotes many beautiful Bhagavatam verses in that bhajan. Why? Because Prabhupada is showing us how we can reach Krishna is through this Bhagavat. Prabhupada gave his whole life translating Srimad Bhagavatam. Harishori Prabhu once asked Srila Prabhupada, of all the books to translate, why did you choose Srimad Bhagavatam? Because Prabhupada could have chosen Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Bhagavad Gita first, Bhagavatam is definitely there, other Puranas are there. Why Prabhupada took Bhagavatam as that main Bhagavatam will be the main contribution of Prabhupada? Prabhupada did not say anything. Harishori Prabhu had heard from Vrindavan, those Mahants in Vrindavan. They had told that Swamiji had once told them that Rupa Goswami had told him. So Prabhupada, I heard that Rupa Goswami told you to write Srimad Bhagavatam. Is that so? Prabhupada said that everyone knows, and Prabhupada just did not discuss much. So Prabhupada speaking about London is hell. One more story that Prabhupada asked. Someone asked Prabhupada, your spiritual master sent all his disciples to preach in England. Why you came to US? Why you came to New York? Prabhupada said, my spiritual master sent my god brothers to London and they failed there. I thought if I had to fail, let me fail in a new place. So I came to New York. So Prabhupada's humility. Prabhupada knew there is always chance of failure, but he depended on Krishna so much. And for a short duration of time, Prabhupada achieved so much. And in the end, Prabhupada makes this beautiful, nice, that I cannot save them, but Prabhupada said, you can save them, Krishna. So please kindly convince them through my words, that I can reach out to them through your mercy. And you can, the last line Prabhupada writes is, he signs, most insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Most insignificant beggar. Now if you write a letter to someone, we write your servant, your insignificant servant, your useless servant, because someone is going to read it. Prabhupada is writing to Krishna. He is writing naturally coming from his heart. Most insignificant beggar. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So you see here that Srila Prabhupada was so much depending on Krishna, his guru, and he wanted to come to America to preach the message of Krishna consciousness, which was the dream. It was the, prophecy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that in every town and village there should be chanting of the holy names. So Prabhupada came there, he was giving a try. Prabhupada kept on trying. Prabhupada was ready to die in New York also. Prabhupada told, if I die in New York, you can cremate me here. And if there is no place, you can cremate me on a building. Prabhupada told, on rooftop. Prabhupada told also that many times I would go to the harbor to check when the next ship is going back to India. I would ask, but I would never go. And that person who is the officer there said, Swamiji, you come always and ask when the next ship, Jaluta, is going back to India. But you never book a ticket. I said, I just ask and check. But I want to stay here and preach. And Prabhupada was really struggling that time. But Prabhupada kept on struggling. Because he knew Krishna has a plan, my Guru has a plan, so I'll stay here. So initial struggles, and then once that whole thing took off, then Prabhupada was just going all over the world 14 times in 12 years. Hanuman's thing. Prabhupada traveled all over the world and spread Krishna consciousness, give a blueprint by which the society will remain working in spite of his departure. Prabhupada was asked, Swamiji, after you, who will be the next successor? Prabhupada said, I will never die. So the report was surprised, never die. Prabhupada said, I will always be here in my books. And through his books, Prabhupada is still running the ISKCON society. And devotees are coming and reading Prabhupada's books and understanding the message of Krishna consciousness. And we see here, Prabhupada made 108 temples. In the year 1977, Prabhupada physically departed from here. But after that, 1977 to 2025 now, 600, 700 centers all over the world, thriving temples, and more temples are coming. Devotees want to make more temples, but they're not getting land. They're not getting fund. This is another thing. And so many congregation, devotees, so many. Now preaching is happening in places where we have never heard about. Small, small towns, villages, countries. Everywhere there are some devotees. We have a group, a WhatsApp group of preachers of all over India, youth preachers. And most of the time in that group, devotees asking, I am going to this place by train. Can I get prasad in this station? Maximum questions are those questions. And as soon as they ask the question, immediately someone replies, contact of a devotee. There are devotees in every station in India now. And there are devotees all over the world. Maybe their centers or not centers, but definitely devotees are there everywhere. How is it going to happen? And we never planned, has anyone planned like that in Chowpatty? Let's plan preaching all over the world. Let's plan preaching all over Mumbai, this place. But somehow other programs are happening, spreading, right? And most of the time now, so many programs are there that now we have to become organized to handle those programs, right? Previously, every program was managing by their own selves, but now programs are increasing, so many satellite centers, so many programs that we need to have a system now. Congregational Development Department, Satellite Center Steering Committee, because it is expanding. And we didn't plan the expansion, it just expanded. Because Prabhupada is there through his books, and is still preaching and is still spreading Krishna consciousness. So this is a very important day for all the devotees in ISKCON. It's a day when our ticket was reserved to become devotee years back, 60 years back today. And therefore now today we have got the confirmed ticket of being a devotee in Krishna consciousness. Thanks Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya